News can be distributed in a numerous amount of ways, one of them being through talk shows. Talk shows have been around for almost a century and have adapted to countless forms of media. Although the method in which it's digested has shifted, the format has remained consistent. To begin, talk shows kicked off on the radio in the 1920s. The first commercial radio broadcast began in 1920 from KDK in Pittsburgh. This station first broadcasted the results of the 1920 presidential election and was able to inform citizens of the results faster than any other newspaper could. The broadcast was a major success, and within 4 years there were roughly 600 active radio stations broadcasting within the United States. With the invention of commercial radio, debating political ideology became a staple of its medium since its beginnings. In 1924, Amy McPherson purchased her own radio station and became one of the medium's earliest celebrities. In her programming, she spread the message of her faith. Due to the popularity, other religious figures began to use talk radio as a message of reaching more followers. Religious programming talk shows reached its peak in the 1930s when individuals such as Charles Coughlin had reached millions of followers through his talk show. The current format of all talk radio was developed in the 1960s with two separate stations both claiming that they were the first to do so. KMOX 1120 AM in St. Louis, as well as KABC 790 AM in Los Angeles. Both of them adapted this format around the same time. As television became more popular in the late 1950s and early 1960s, radio talk shows soon transitioned into television. As television became more popular in the late 1950s and early 1960s, radio talk shows soon transitioned into televisions. The first television talk show broadcast was conducted in the 1950s, with radio personality Joe Franklin being the first talk show host. The Tonight Show, the longest-running talk show on television today, was aired in 1954 under its original host Steve Allen. Allen pioneered the late-night talk show format as seen today. He was the first to conduct many of the staples seen on television today, such as the opening monologue, audience participation, celebrity interview, and comical bits that involved cameras being taken outside the studio to talk to random individuals on the street. The modern format can in large be attributed to the Oprah Winfrey Show. In an industry that had been largely male-dominated in the past, Oprah Winfrey managed to change the very fabric of a modern talk show. Due to Winfrey's grand success and the impact on the industry, she has shifted the previously gossip-ridden genre with an intimate and inclusive daily discussion, regardless of anyone's views, beliefs, race, or sexual orientation. As the medium shifts yet again, the configuration of talk shows remain the same. Previously, in order to broadcast, talk shows were only limited to those with significant financial backing. Although with modern technology such as smartphones and tablets, it has established a whole new realm for news to be distributed. Also, social media such as Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat make it very accessible for anybody to read or distribute news. The evolution of the internet has also allowed individuals of a wide array to create a podcast in which they can conduct their own talk show. Some of these independently run talk shows have generated significant followings. Many of these, such as the Rubin Report or the Joe Rogan Experience, reach millions of individuals on a daily basis. Talk shows are not only continuously growing, but opening more doors for opportunity due to the many accessible ways it can be distributed.